have Daniela and Luiza here. They're the founders of Instamission. Daniela is a journalist. She writes a blog called Don't Touch My Moleskine. And Luiza is an ad lady and an interaction designer. They started Contente and Instamission. And the funny thing about the two of them is they're these really great friends who started this thing that took over the internet, and they met on the internet. Both of them had a blog each, and they started commenting on each other's blogs, and that's how they met, that's how they became friends, and that's how they started the Instamission thing. So you know, something there for us to think, given our challenge this week. Boot campers, this is for you. Thank you very much for being here. Daniela and Luiza, welcome to the boot camp.
Such a great welcome, thank you. We're a little bit nervous because it's the first time we're speaking in English for a big crowd, so bear with us a little bit. So Fefa already told a little bit about us. I'm Luiza, she's Daniela, and to begin, we'd like to show you guys a video that explains a little bit about Instamission to get you guys in the mood for what we're going to speak today.
Brincando pelo bem, vamos olhar para as coisas mais triviais de uma maneira diferente, de uma maneira mais bacana, mais criativa, mais interessante.
Pictures of people taking pictures. I pictured us at the end of time, just moving up the camera to our eyes.
O convite eu vejo chamado a pedido num tom muito gentil e muito leve
de, enfim, incentivar que as pessoas produzissem um conteúdo no meio daquela...
no meio de tanta rede social, de tanta gente tão grosseiro. Então eu acho que o Instagram e o Instamission, eles promovem isso, assim, é uma corrente do bem.
Os temas também eram muito simples, né? Ao mesmo tempo muito simples e muito bacana de ser explorados.
Sing along, you're home now, love that your mama song.
Pô, de repente você começa a encontrar essas pessoas em lugares que você frequenta, né? Em festas, enfim, bares, e pô, conheci muita gente que vinha e falava, pô, você não é o Beto?
Hoje o Instagram é certamente a minha rede social preferida.
E o Instamission veio para complementar, assim, sabe? Virou quase um aplicativo dentro de um aplicativo. Assim.
Eu vi as fotos das pessoas, eu não entendi o que era aquilo.
E eu gosto muito disso, de ter algo que eu olhe e que me diga, preste atenção nisso.
As pessoas que eu mais gostei de participar, acho que foi aquela fotografe, uma cena digna de cinema, né? Que foi a que a gente saiu até no Estadão por conta disso.
Fotografia e saudade. Acho muito porque isso tem a ver com o fato de eu ter mudado tanto. Então eu me alimento muito de saudade.
O que você viu? Como você representou? Como você interpretou o tema? E eu particularmente gosto da missão da música, aquela patrocinada pela Coca-Cola, porque eu ganhei um prêmio. Era uma foto da minha filha, né, mexendo ali no ajuste do violão, né, com a legenda, se você disser que é o desafio do amor.
So this is Instamission. It's a project that we do on Instagram in 2011. Soon after Instagram was launched, we were crazy about it. We were using it every day and we were discovering so many wonderful photographers, and they were common people. You wouldn't expect that so many people had such great talent. So we wanted to
invite more people to
Yeah.
share this passion with us.
yeah, we wanted more people. We wanted to see more different visions to different people. So we created in February, and Instagram was launched in November, right?
Yeah, Instagram was launched in 2010 in
Yes.
November, and then 3 months later we created Insta Mission.
Yeah.
Instagram didn't have hashtags in the time, and it's almost impossible to imagine a world without hashtags today. But 3 years ago, there was no hashtag, and we started talking to a programmer to develop something that could group the photos. But a week later, Instagram updated its version, and we started using the hashtags.
Yeah, our idea was to group things through Twitter. It would be super hard, but then we had this improvement of Instagram, and then the idea was possible.
And we like to create things and to launch them. We don't like to stay a lot of time thinking and thinking about the perfect version. We like to use social networks that already are used by people, because we would like to do an invitation where people are and not develop another thing and everyone go there. So Instagram was our choice.
Yeah, and the idea of Insta Mission was just this, to invite people to take more pictures. And every week we would give a theme. Take a picture of a kiss, take a picture of your son, of your family, of the sky. And every week we would see these photos, and that's it. That was the initial idea. We had no business model, and we had no intention of earning money with this. We just wanted to, see pictures. That was simple as that. At the time,
And we were addicted to Instagram, and so it was an excuse to
spend more time.
on it and make our friends and family be glad that we're spending time there. At least we had a purpose.
Yeah. And when the project had 6 months, a advertising person called us and asked how much is to sponsor a mission. And we, oh my God, I'm in the traffic, can I call you back? Just a while, because we had no idea even how it would work, We hadn't really thought about it. So we called some friends and asked how much should I charge, because I had no idea. And so far we've had more than 80 sponsored missions in 3 years by some of the biggest and greatest brands in Brazil and even the world. So we're super happy with this result, so unexpected. And this is why we're here today. And during this time we've been doing this project, a lot of people come to us and ask, what was your strategy for this success? How did you guys launch it?
How did you get followers?
Yeah, how did you get so many followers? How did you get advertising people to be interested in your project? And we used to say, nothing. We really did nothing. It was so natural. And we used to tell that it was luck. So what we're going to share here today, it is how we accidentally did this, because it was really natural.
And this is a turning point in our lives. I'm a journalist, and Luiza is a lady, like Eva said. And we used it to work in other places. I worked a long time in Folha de São Paulo, it's the biggest newspaper here. And Luiza worked in several agencies. And then we started content, that it's our business, in the free time. We had blogs since we were teenagers, and we developed a passion about the internet that was so huge that we spent the extra time when you did your work and you stay at home, and then we spent time surfing on the internet and discovering many things. And this led to our job today. Today we are full employers of Content, and it's very nice to see that an idea can change your life, can change your path in the career. And
this is our first strategy. Insta Mission was born of something that was really natural to us. We were doing it, we were using Instagram every day, we were thinking about photography every day. So the idea just was born, you know, without much effort. It was a part of what we were doing at the time. And for us to start giving value to this, you know, it was a little hard because we were almost working for free. We didn't see value in things that came so natural to us. But we have an advice from my mother that is, what you do in 5 minutes took a lifetime to learn, you know? So the schools you went to and everything, the movies, the songs, and the books, and everything you did, it adds up for all of your decisions. So for us to learn that this is valuable, and this is sometimes the most valuable thing we have to offer. It was a great learning for us, and now we no longer say that we did nothing. We did a lot of stuff, but they were just natural for us.
And they were a passion. It's very common today that we talk about do what you love, you should be very happy in your work, and our business is called Content. It's like very happy in the translation. And we started this because we thought about working with things that we liked and working with more purpose. So it was natural, and we didn't have the rush to develop something and make money. We understood that we were passionate about the internet and we could do something in our spare time. And then we noticed we have now 4 years, we are together for 4 years, and we noticed that it was not natural, but we can learn something from this. And that's why we called Strategy for Success, and we're trying to talk about a little bit.
We went back a little bit in time to see what got us together and doing this. So when we were talking about this lecture today, we were talking about dates, and we saw that we had a lot of dates in common. Like in 1999, we were obsessed with the little bit of internet that we had, you know. I was emailing
dial-up connection that we don't miss anymore.
Oh my God, it was awful. I had my Hotmail, and I was sending emails to my friend that lived abroad, and I was thinking that was pure magic, you know. So we were completely passionate about the internet. And in 2006, it was when this passion took form of a blog. So Dani created a blog about photography and music and art, and I created a blog about internet. And those blogs were so important for us because we can sure say that we wouldn't be here today without them. We met through them, and we started creating content in these blogs and starting to know what works, what doesn't work, and to connect with a lot of people that later would be so important to us. we started making these connections, and this was, I don't know, I guess our turning point started that.
Yeah, I know it's out of fashion to say you should create a blog today because everybody says that blogs are dying and everything, but I still believe on blogs, and it was very important for me because it made me develop a sense of what I like and what I dislike. I'm always the person that sends a lot of emails to friends. Did you see this? Did you see that? And I was sending so many emails that I started a blog to put all the things that I found on the internet. But it was the beginning. After a year, I started to have the desire to create things, to not just post things from other people, but create content. And then I started video sessions called "What is Love for You Today?" I asked people on the streets what was love, and I asked some famous people like Supla, it's a singer here, and Sophie Khalid is an artist.
Palestra composer.
And then I started creating many sections to the blog, and it made me realize that I only needed an idea and the internet connection to publish this idea. And so I used to talk a lot to my friends. Oh, let's make a project. Let's make this. Let's make that. And everything was so slow. And then when I did the first thing on my blog, I realized that it depended only on me. And then I became addicted to it.
Yeah, it gave us this freedom to create, and it was only a blog, you know, so we could create a lot of stuff without pressure.
And with mistakes.
A lot of mistakes.
And not with a compromise to do this for a long time. You could create a thing and then you can get rid and you create another one. It was a very good exercise for what we do today.
Yeah. So after that, in 2009, I moved here to São Paulo, and I invited a few of those people that I've met through the blog to meet in real person. And when we met, it was like a friendship blind date with a lot of other bloggers. It was super fun, and it saved me in my first year here in São Paulo because I didn't really know anyone. And we discovered that we had a lot in common, and we used to talk about internet all the time. And I've never had a female friend that I could talk only about internet, you know. And we were these two nerds talking about internet and wanting to create the most beautiful things. And another friend that was in these early meetings, she told us, you guys should work together, you know, it's clear, you have to do stuff together. And this is how our company was born. And this friend, she gave us our first job, but soon we realized that we didn't want to create a company that worked with jobs. We didn't want to have deadlines or work for clients.
We already did that on the other jobs.
Yeah.
I worked on a newspaper. Deadline is everything in a newspaper, and Luiza in an agency. And so we would like a space to create with more freedom.
Yeah, we had all the freedom in the world because we were doing this on our free time, and we got paid by our jobs. So it was, oh my God, what are you going to do?
We didn't have to worry about money because we had our money from those jobs, and this is very good when you're trying to create something new.
Yeah. So in this free time, we started to see that we wanted to do something that was authorial. I don't know if that's a word, but we wanted to do things for us. And we thought it was great, but thinking not for brands, for people. And this is, I guess, is our main strategy in our company. And it sounds so simple, but it took us a while to understand that it moves all of the things that we do. We always start an idea thinking about people. We don't almost never take a job for a specific brand or specific thing. We want to create things that people will enjoy, and after, if a brand thinks it's cool, they can appear, they can sponsor, they can create content inside of it. But the main idea is to create for people like us. And every time we are creating, we always try to write like a person, never like a brand. And since we are in the business that what matters most is people connecting, in Mission, for an example, what is a mission that has a lot of success? It's a mission that a lot of people send photos to us. So when we talk like a real person, it changes everything. Whenever we talk more like a brand or like an ad agency, it backfires, you know? So we've learned that, and that was also really natural for us, but we think that is our greatest strategy.
And then when we launched Mission, we, like I said before, we like to make things, to put the projects on the internet. We don't like to wait until it's perfect. And then it's funny because when we launched Mission, we had the idea on a Monday morning, and then we found that it was so great, and then we asked a friend to design a logo, and then it was ready on a Friday afternoon. And we thought, oh, let's launch the project on a Monday morning, because everybody's on their computers and they're going to pay attention to it. But we were so anxious, like this, that we couldn't wait no longer. And then we launched Mission on a Friday night. And then there was that rush. We were like, oh my God, it's so nice. Let's see what people are gonna think. And then we went to sleep. On Saturday morning, we realized that what we thought was wrong. Since Instagram was launched after the weekends at the prime time of internet, because everybody is on the streets and with friends and with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and then it surprised us how many people join us in less than a day. People that we didn't know, people that we had no idea how they knew the project. And that happened, we think, because hashtags were very new. So when you posted something, Mission, a friend of a friend see this and click on the hashtags and start to join the photo mission. That was take a photo of a smile, the first one. And after that, because it was new, the hashtag was new, and another thing that helped us was the thing that we talked in the beginning, our blogs, the network that we did since 2000 on the internet, people that we followed and followed us as people who had blogs and everything, and people who write on a website or on a magazine. And so another time I talk about the importance of the blog, of you having a digital presence. I know that everyone today knows that it's important, but it's this little work that you do for a long time that makes people connect to you, to your idea, to your project. And it was very surprising for us to see that many people joined Mission on its first weekend.
Yeah, for us to start earning money with this, we had to do a lot of things for free, you know? We had to spend a lot of time making these connections and creating content, and only today we see that everything was connected, and you took something out of this equation, it wouldn't work so well.
And another thing that was very important is that we were the first ones to do something like this on Instagram. So every journalist, every person who had the mission to talk about this new tool, and when they were going to talk about it, they tried to talk to us because we are developing a thing on Insta Mission that was huge in the moment and still is nowadays. So it was very important to be the first ones.
Yeah, this idea of well, what we're going to say is that since it launched Instagram and we soon after created it, everyone was crazy to talk about it. Everyone had this task. You have to talk about Instagram on your newspaper. You have to talk about Instagram on your magazine. And when these journalists started searching about Instagram, they found Insta Mission, and we got a lot of media, and it was this media that we had no PR and no journalists helping us, and in the beginning we were really surprised about the power of being about doing something that's connected to something new, you know. So every time a new social network is born, we got like, oh my God, we should do something with that because people get crazy about it. So as like a media strategy, it's really good to be associated with something new. And even we in the beginning, really beginning of the project, we had this dream of doing something artsy with Insta Mission. So we had these big dreams, and there's a arts festival here in Brazil. It's called International
International.
Oh my God!
Festival of International
Electronic
Technology.
Arts. Yeah.
Electronic.
Yeah, and we found this the email of the owner of this festival and wrote to him. He didn't know us, and we told him we want to be in your festival. We want to do something, and he said, okay, show me your project. And we did this lame PowerPoint and showed him, and he was like, you're crazy, right? You made me waste my time. He was really tough with us, but at the end he got to the idea, and he made us part of this festival, and
he was happy with us.
He was happy with us, but after a while, and we got to appear in the biggest TV news, that's Jornal Nacional. It's and this is how we reacted. It's kind of fun.
Todas essas vitrines, todas essas coisas serão interativas. Vão ter várias manifestações de cultura, transitando como a gente está tentando agora, inicialmente, fazer isso. O resultado pode ser esse. No meio da rua.
We were screaming.
Cada uma. Registrado na rede.
So our parents and our friends from school and everybody saw it. It was super, super cool. And not only with media, we survived. We had to sell. You know, when we started selling, we saw an opportunity there, and again, we remember those connections we've made when we were starting our blogs, because the first person that called us wanting to sponsor an Insta Mission was someone that read Dani's blog and admired it, that read my blog and liked it, you know. So these things end up summing to a result, and it's, you know, I guess you all know how important it is to make connections.
And the media was very important as well, because once we had the first sponsored mission, other agencies and a newspaper wrote an article about it, and it was a huge newspaper. And then the agencies they took notice of this and started calling us to sponsor other missions. So the business model of Insta Mission was created by the demand of an outside person that made us realize that we had such a good product on the hand.
At the beginning, we've made a lot of rules for our project, and the main rule was that we wanted to speak like a real person. So at the beginning, when we started selling things to missions, to ad agencies, a lot of agencies wanted to have themes that were really, advertising. Like, for an example, instead of take a picture of a wall, it's take a picture of my brand in the wall. They always wanted to put the brand. Yeah, it was super tough, and we really wanted to sell because it was starting, but we've made a promise that we wouldn't sell unless we agreed with the content. So at the beginning we said a lot of no's, and this was tough because we got a bad reputation in some agencies. They call us really restrict and
These girls, they don't like to negotiate. They only like what they like. But we realized that every week a brand can sponsor a mission, but we are with those people all the time. So we have to care about them and care about us, because a brand goes and the project stays. So it's so important. And we realized it on the first week and on the first sponsored mission. And until now, we do this, but it's very good because we have a good relationship with many agencies. And when you saw the logos, you see we did missions, sponsored missions with Coca-Cola, Sony, Fiat, Ford, every major brand that works in Brazil.
And in time, they started to realize that this strategy of speaking really close to a real person was the best one, because we had results to show them, you know? We had results to show that when it was something really simple and generous, you know, not speaking of the brand, but giving something cool for people to take pictures, the greatest the result.
And the main thing that Insta Mission makes with brands is that we can connect the brands with real people. We can ask them to photograph a theme, and then the brand have a huge amount of photos, and they can see the consumer in a way that they cannot see in their Facebook page, for example. They connect in a very good way with people that are important for them, and we try to make this in a way that everybody stays happy. We, the brand, and the participants, who always win some prize. We already gave trips to China, to New York, to many places in Brazil, computers, photo cameras, 1 year of gym, 1 year of spa treatments. It's very huge. We try to make this connection between the three parts to make everyone stay happy.
We would really love if everyone that participates could know how much we fight for a good prize or for a good mission, you know, because sometimes the brand wants to give like a toothpaste. And this is a real thing, you know, and only their products, and come on, we gave a trip to China, you have to do it better, you know. And sometimes we even say no. We say we can't do this. We can't ask for a real person to send a lot of pictures to you and give them a toothpaste, you know? I don't have the guts to do it. So it's a big compromise, and since when we created, we didn't need the money. We had this guts, you know. We could say no, and we even celebrated it because it showed that we had a lot of compromise with this project. Well, this is something really important because in this business, it's crazy. It's so easy to create new projects all the time. Just a short few months after we created Insta Mission, there were a lot of photo mission projects, a lot of it. And even like big magazines started to do it, and sometimes we would go to a meeting and people would
People started using Insta Mission as a synonym for missions on Instagram, which is great because it shows that our project became a benchmark, like Gillette, like Bombril here in Brazil. It's great, we became flattered, but pissed off because people do the same thing in other places and it's very annoying, but it's normal.
Yeah, people started selling Insta Missions. There weren't Insta Missions. So we had to be super careful not to get comfortable because we had this idea, it was great, people were buying it, what next? So it was super important for us to always be the first. So we were the first to have missions on Instagram, and then we were the first to have sponsored missions. And then later, here in Brazil, in June of last year, the rules of promotions changed really abruptly. The government, from a day to another, said you can no longer do promotions online on social networks without our permission. So, in a word, our business was killed in a day. So we were super desperate, but we worked so hard, and we are almost lawyers now. We had a lot of work because we didn't hire lawyers, we did it by ourselves, and it took us 3 months of negotiation with Caixa Econômica here, this lovely institution here in Brazil, and we were the first to have this permission. And then what these other people that do photo missions, what did they do? They copied. So it's hard work, you know? You have to always create something new, but it's like that in every business. Every business you create, it will be like that. So it's just something that you have to internalize and work really hard not to get comfortable with your situation.
And then we, after those strategies that we learned in this process, we realized that we had the most powerful thing, that people that say yes to an invitation to photograph, people who say yes when we ask them to send an image of something in their city. We have another project besides Insta Mission. We could talk about them later. And we realized that people are the most important thing, and they make Insta Mission a success. So we are always trying to connect to them. We answer almost everything, every doubt, every hateful comment, everything that is positive, and we try to make them have a celebrity day on Instagram. We have sections on the project called one like participants that we adore. So we invite someone and talk about them within a little interview. We have another one called My Most Beautiful Photo, where we ask people to tell the story about those photos. And when we post it, it's like an avalanche. don't know if the word is correct. And they feel so flattered. It's like a community inside another community. People get to know each other. People get to date. We see people having kids, and now they have 4 years old. And it's very good to connect to them every day. We do this for more than 3 years, and the joy is the same.
And what we have that is really unique is that we don't have a lot of followers. On Instagram we have 37,000 followers. But these brands that sponsor us, they have like 4 million fans on Facebook. It's so different that sometimes we would ask, why do they want to sponsor us, you know? Because we are so tiny compared to what they have. But we treat this community with such closeness that we have an engagement that is absurd. We had recently a mission that we've received 17,000 photos and
Dogs.
of dogs. Yeah, it was by Pedigree, and the idea was that for every photo, it will have a donation of a little bit of dog food for homes that they took care of. So we have 17,000 photos, and the client is like, oh my God, I cannot believe you got me 17,000 photos. You have 37,000 people. How is that possible? And we ask the same question, you know, I guess it's by being really truthful and connecting and answering all those emails and making them feel really special. So we are glad to say that huge numbers not always are the most important thing, you know, because in our project they aren't. The engagement and the connection is so much more important, and we can sell that. And brands, that agencies, they see our numbers and they don't care. They care about the results that we give them.
We like to think that those 37,000 people are real people, not robots. So they give answers to our requests, and that's delightful.
Yeah, it was a great exercise to think about our history and all the things that
In
got us
English?
here.
In English?
Yeah, in English it was super hard. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we would love to talk a little bit more and answer questions and everything. Thank you.